Hey there, I'm just doing a quick update on this current read of mine for the week. It is Amari and the Night Brothers, Supernatural Investigations, Book 1. I've done a couple of videos of this on my channel already, and now I'm at the halfway point, or I'm actually over the halfway point. I'm at 228 pages, so it's getting really exciting. Amari is now in this supernatural institution that's kind of in a supernatural world, which obviously is a human world, or this the regular society is not privy to. And she is trying to investigate what happened to her brother. It's to be believed that her brother was someone of high ranking in this supernatural institution, and he turned out to be kind of what you would think of as a detective and investigating and embroiling himself in some pretty dangerous matters of the dark supernatural world. And since in the story we're told earlier on, he's been missing for about 6 months. He's presumed dead, but Amari knows deep down that there's more to it than that, and she genuinely believes that he's still out there and he's still alive and he needs her help. He, of course, sent her an encoded message essentially telling her that he is involved in some pretty dangerous activity, but he extends an invitation to her and nominates her to be a part of the Supernatural Institution Academy because he believes in her potential and he wanted to expose her to more of the world and thinks that she's ready to handle it. And with her motivation being that she just wants her brother back home, she, of course, goes through with it. She's now enrolled in the Supernatural Investigations unit, whatever you want to call it, academy of sorts. So there's a different ranking systems. There's different badges that that those that are in power, or those the power that be, give each potential candidate and student. And depending on the badge or ranking, determines what kind of position you can have within this world. So someone like a supernatural detective would have a pretty high ranking. So for Amari's situation, her brother is pretty well respected within this world, and he was on a pretty high profile case when obviously things went awry, and that's how he wound up missing. So there's already a lot of prejudice and attitude that's kind of thrown her way already because of the legacy of her brother. And in addition, she's coming in late into this institution, and she's not someone that has a family standing that has legacy. So she's treated quite differently. She's treated essentially how she was treated in her regular school, being one of the very few black kids in the school. She's treated with a lot of mistrust and prejudice. And we start to learn more about Amari's background. And of course, she's a lot more special than we're led to believe in the beginning of the novel. Sorry, there is some spoilery content that I'm getting into by saying this, but I still think I'm not giving away even half of what's going on in here. For a middle grade book, this is very exciting, and there's so many elements that are thrown at you already, and I actually really love it. It's pretty action packed, and even though some of the parallels to, oppression and privilege and classism and things like that are interwoven in the plot are kind of heavy-handed, it makes sense because of the age level that this book is geared towards, but I also think it's done in a really smart way as well. And there's some nuances that are interwoven that aren't like dropping anvils on your head too. So it's a great book. It's easy to follow along with. It is middle grade fantasy, but there is a level of maturity to it that I actually really am getting a kick out of. So never mind the spoilery content of this video. If you are at all debating whether to give this book a try, I highly suggest it. I'm still going to go ahead and do a final book review of this when I'm done, but I have a feeling that I'm going to be pretty positive towards it because I'm really enjoying it. Anyways, that is my check-in for today. I hope you have a good evening, and most likely tomorrow will be an art upload, or maybe it'll be the final book review for this book. I don't know. I'll see. Anyways, take care. Peace.